Hello? Hello, hello. Music's so pretty on this one and so different from the last one. I actually really appreciate that. I hope everyone shows up soon because I'd like some advice. So, let's go to customize. We're not changing this. I like the default, actually. I'm a weirdo, I know. I like the defaults for the little piece. I don't know, it's cute. Hello, hello, Nemus! I don't know why my character always looks like I'm looking down. Really, especially pronounced with this one. Okay, let me just adjust this a little. I'm not leaning over. I'm not looking down. I don't know what's wrong with my character there. That's better. Heyo. And then I have options here. I'm going to start with the default, but I'll probably switch it to the pixel art because the pixel art is super cute. But I do want to see the default to start. Or maybe I'll start... No, let's start with the pixel art because we will be able to see the default, I now remember, during cutscenes or movies. Let's start like that and see. Can I do something silly? You can. I'm gonna start a new game. Can't wait to meet the Dungeon Master again. I really like this guy. He's such a nice guy. That was so loud! Thank you for the 200 bits! Here's a little gift for a cute cat girl. I'm a wolf! Thank you for the bits! Ah! Thank you, Nameless. Oh. That was so loud! Thank you.
Ah, I bid you welcome. I shall be your game master for this tale. It is a pleasure to have you.
It's a different game master.
Just like this, I will be using cards to draw you into the world of this story.
It's a different game master. None of the bits say you're a cat girl, therefore you are. Sure. Fine for now. If anyone else says it, though, who doesn't pay, you know, they're gonna get in trouble. A man proclaiming himself to be a great hero has embarked on a journey to slay the dragon.
From time to time, you may be presented with choices like this.
Select left, select right. Oh, this is a hard one, guys. You're welcome. It's a pleasure to give happiness. Aww. Hello, Lost. I'm playing the Forsaken Maiden. They have a different voice. They have a different game master. They've changed the game master. My immersion is ruined. How could they do this? Using a different voice for the game master? How could they? I was so looking forward to messing around again with that other person. I don't know. I admitted she is a cat girl. How immersive. No, she's a jellyfish. I'm a wolf. I'm letting Nameless call me a cat girl because he paid to do it, you know? Money speaks, you know? Let me just do this a little bit because it's being a little odd with my character today. No. Anyway. What do you mean I'm paying? True, he paid bits just to call me a cat girl. You are subbed. You're both subbed. But he gave me 200 bits to call me a cat girl, you know. That's way less than a sub, but you know, I'm... I don't know what I'm even saying. I've been paying bits since a while ago, so I have more right to do so. Maybe. Go ahead. You know, if you pay to do it, sure. I'm more or less meant to the Also, where's your shame, woman? I don't know. Does it really matter? I'm sorry. I've got a runny nose today. I don't know what's up. I keep sneezing and stuff. So, when I'm laughing, it's a little hard to talk. Nameless is a bad influence. I don't know. Left or right, guys? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, let it go. Shay has nothing when there's money. Next thing he will tell you is to get a collection of rats. Always been. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, let it go. My mom says to pick the very best one. Right is always right. Now I want to do left.
Incorrect. It doesn't mean anything, but still.
Ah!
You're following along with all this, I trust? Moving on. I believe your experience of the story will be shaped in no small part by my narration. As such, I hope you'll have rather more fun keeping the sound on while you play. That said, rest assured that the game remains enjoyable without sound. My words will be subtitled, just as they are now.
Yeah, display subtitles. If I have a notification for my things go off, it helps. Ah, like that one French VTuber, too bad. Want me to send you a clip? Yeah. Okay, they're having a conversation among themselves. Remember, you can always change these settings later in options.
With the formalities sorted, we're all ready to begin the game.
I don't like this guy's voice.
My. Yeah, you can hear the sound of the waves. Oh, how very evocative. Now then, let's begin our tale. Allow me to welcome you to the world of Voice of Cards. You're about to step into the shoes of the hero of this tale as he sets forth on a grand adventure. Said adventure takes place in a remote part of the sea, in which ancient traditions are alive and well. You will touch the hearts of many who dwell in this place as you journey to change fate's promise of untold ruin.
I can handle it. Alright, guys? We can do this. We did super well last time. We can do this. I got the best ending. I found out I kind of got the hardest to get best ending in the last game. So, you know, we can do this. I can handle it.
I believe in you. I believe your journey will be a success.
I see that Lost has upset somebody. Nameless Lost, are you guys okay? There, we go. I got it there publicly to look at. I think Lost has just upset Nameless quite a bit. That's interesting. What your future will be? No, thank you.
And on that note, it is time for that journey to begin. May the waves see you safely across the tides.
I just told them I can handle whatever's coming. We'll see. What did you book?
The story begins in a secluded grotto. The sound of the waves echoes softly across the rock walls. A solitary young man stands in front of a ship floating in the water. Brush in hand, he busies himself painting the vessel. Once he finishes his work, he decides to carve his name into the side of the hull. A finishing touch.
That seems dangerous for the poor thing. Carve the shipwright's name. I'm just gonna stick with the name of the character again. That worked for me last time. Baron, is this name correct? Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. I don't really think it matters. You chose the worst French VTuber in the whole world. I don't think there's any good ones. Seamless. Wow. That's right.
You carve your name in small lettering into the ship. Oh, a handsome name, that.
I'm glad I just left it the default. I would have felt weird about being called handsome. You know, I'm cute, not handsome. Gotta reserve that for someone cool.
This young lad is the hero of our tale, and your window into the world. You're a navigator without a ship, and your soul yearns to set out upon the ocean blue for your own reasons.
I'm a navigator, guys. I'm a navigator. You hear that? I'm in charge of navigation. Yeah, but she's the worst of the worst, like for real. Yeah, I was browsing through Twitter. Anyone I find on Twitter is pretty bad. Guys, we're supposed to be doing the game, not talking about a French VTuber that Nameless is very disturbed about. Yeah, and I'm the captain. True. Hey, the game says I'm the navigator. The game's trusting me to navigate. Do you think that's a good idea? Let's go find the evil whale. This can't go wrong.
You have spent a great deal of time repairing the wrecked ship before you, in the hopes of crafting a partner, aboard which you might sail the high seas.
Also, I think compared to the last one, this one's set in a more modern time by the outfits, which you can't tell as well from the pixel art version. But in the non-pixel art version, they're pretty modern.
The sound of a wooden box tumbling to the ground rips through the grotto.
Hedge being a navigator will prepare lots of food rations because we are going to be a while. I'll either get you there in half of the time or tripled. It'll be less or more time. It's not going to be the time it's supposed to be.
You heave a deep sigh and decide to head over to the source of the racket.
I would have made that noise. Well. Yeah. Same as before. Same as before. Okay. Everything's the same. It's just a different story. I'm good with that. I like that. Let me leave.
You need to head over to the source of the noise, so you turn back around.
Nah. It's not going to provide me multiple options.
The source of the noise turns out to be a young girl. It looks as though she has knocked over a wooden box, packed with shipbuilding supplies, and is in quite a panic about it. The girl's name is Laddie. You came across her some time ago, collapsed on a beach. You attempted to bring her to a nearby village, but she was quite opposed to the idea for some reason. As such, she has been helping you repair the ship here.
You know, I'm sure she's a great help knocking over supplies. I collapsed on beach once. Oh, what happened?
You're not quite sure how to respond to her knocking the box over.
It's okay. Sigh and exasperation. Ooh, these are good options. Ooh. I kind of want to sign exasperation. I don't know. I'm in a place today. What do you guys think? Should I be annoyed or, you know, nice? Nice or annoyed? Annoyed. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I can check these. Oh. You sign exasperation. You say it gentle, reassuring.
It's okay, you say in a gentle, reassuring tone. Laddie's worried expression melts away, replaced by one of relief.
I clicked the wrong one trying to see what they said in advance. I'm really bad at that part of the game. Now I haunt my phone. It's okay to be annoyed. Yeah, I was going to pick the annoyed option, but I messed up. I can restart the entire game if you guys want to just pick the other option. But I think I should just continue. No, I can't repick the option though. Once you picked an option, it's picked. You have to restart the game. I can't change my choice. Now you're like me saying it's okay for everything. Oh, you're stuck with the choices you make. You can go back and see what the other cards said. But you can't, change your choice. It's okay, Edge. So, should I move forward? Or should I just, you know, quit the game and restart, you know? Be very mature like that. Move forward, yeah.
You move to leave the grotto, saying, I'm going to the village to get some food. Laddie waves goodbye, her forlorn smile seeing you off.
Time to commit and restart everything.
The young woman has lost her ability to speak. Neither of you have any knowledge of how she ended up in her situation, and you spend many quiet hours together in the grotto. The scent of the sea and a sense of isolation hang heavy in the air. The island is bound for ruin and has had its name since before any can really recall. This is Omega Isle.
I really hate this guy's voice. I really liked the other guy's voice. I don't like this guy's voice. I hope the Bear and Beast has a better voice.
You take a deep breath and then set out for the nearby Omega Village, which shares the island's name.
Like, if this was an audiobook, I'd start looking for another version with a different voice. Which is something I do. If I'm listening to an audiobook on, like, LibriVox. They have multiple choices sometimes, and I will pick the voice I like best. Make your way to the east of the secret grotto to Omega Village. Doesn't sound that bad. His voice kind of grates on my ears weird. I don't like it. Just less sarcastic. It's not that. It's the sound of his voice I don't like. It's not the intonation. It's the tone. I guess I just don't like the tone of his voice. Not tone exactly. As in, like, literally the sound. It's like, it's not about what he's saying. The words are fine. It's literally the sound. Everything's the same. Like, he's a fine narrator. I just don't like his voice.
Beyond the pier, the ocean sprawls out in all directions, beckoning you to adventure.
Yeah, well, I'm working on exploring the entire island before I move forward. No!
You have arrived near the entrance of the village. You spy a shadow skulking about in the midst of a thicket. The shadows fall away to reveal a small monster. It's unusual to see one this close to the village.
I see, we must avoid sounding like this man, nameless. sorry. I don't mind most voices too much, but this one just, I don't know. It hurts my ears a little bit.
It might be cute, but it's still a monster. And a threat. You must slay the beast before it can cause trouble or worse in the village.
I like the music for this one. It's very different than the other one, but I still really like it. The fight is okay, I do know how to fight. Okay, different moves. Okay. I'm just gonna do this again because I don't think I need to do anything else. I think he's a little stronger than our other guys were to start. Takes notes on how he talks to mimic him perfectly. Anyway, I was just trying to explore the island.
An old spire stands tall before you. Alas, there's little reason to go poking around within.
Yet. Don't worry, we'll be back. There's always reason to go poking around in old buildings that we're not supposed to be interacting with. Haven't you ever played a video game before? Oh, I can't go further that way. Well, anyway, I need to change the settings. Let's go options, maybe. Nope. Options is minus. I forgot. Sound. That's fine. I need to do voices. I need to do a louder.
Allow me to welcome you to the world of Voice of Cards. Allow me to welcome you to the world of Voice of Cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that because he's so quiet. This guy's a lot quieter than the other guy. Like, everything else is pretty okay sound-wise. But that guy was just really quiet. Okay. Enter Omega Village, sure. I'm a terrible impressionist. I don't think I could mimic anyone's voice. Same here.
Gorgeous flower beds burst with blossoms that will one day wilt and wither away, much like Omega Village itself. This is a village that has accepted its fate to be but a moment in time, destined to fade.
Interesting that they chose Omega, the end of the alphabet. Because it's Atlas to Omega, beginning and end. Interesting choice. Anyway, I think it's an alphabet. I'm terrible. No, you could do it. I believe in you, kinda. Nah. No, I'm really bad at impressions. My brother probably could. He's really good. Make your way to the home of Omega Village's mayor. Well, we all know what we gotta do is go around talking to people. It's you!
An island in want of a maiden shall fall, he mutters, to no one in particular.
It's him again! You acquired the necessary requirements and unlocked aged man's flip side story. What? Already?
This might be the last time I see this flower bed, the boy says, gazing forlornly at the flowers.
Well, that's dark. Why am I unlocking all these flip side stories as soon as I meet people? Are they just gonna die?
I wish I got to be the maiden, the girl says mournfully, dressed head to toe in maiden garb, and clearly pretending to be such.
Why am I unlocking so many flip side stories?
A lone woman diligently cleans the grounds of the maiden shrine.
Try to mimic the narrator's voice right now. Um. Lone woman. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know how to mimic a dude's voice very well anyway. I'm horrible at impressions. I just said it. You fill necessary requirements and unlocked woman's flip side story. I am really worried about how many flip side stories I'm just unlocking by just, you know, talking to people first time. Kind of concerning.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Let's look at the stuff and how much money we've got. I don't like how easy it is to kind of get your hands on equipment. Okay, I only have 212, so I really shouldn't be...
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
Yeah.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Why are you... Why is it him? It's the one muscle dude. Oh my goodness. Let's see what items he sells. Oh my goodness, it's the muscle dude. You can salve, quality salve, only salve. It looks like they changed things up a bit to make this work a little differently. Shouldn't be asking why you're getting so many stories, but who is the Forsaken Maiden in battling it, inventing its shopkeeper?
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
That'd be something. I'd say it's the girl you got back home would be my bet if I, you know, if we were betting, but you know. Your house.
Home sweet home.
Oh, I have a house in this one.
This is no time for a nap. You turn around and walk out the door.
I have a house, guys. I had a house in the other one too, I guess.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
You're new. This person sells these. Ooh. I had almost all of them before. You shouldn't be asking.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
For now. You should, no, it's too obvious. Maybe you're the Forsaken Maiden. You know, maybe.
The windows are closed, and it's too dark to see much inside. All sound seems to fall away.
I feel like human sacrifice is being involved here. Oh, well, let's go to the mayor's house.
You stop in at the mayor's house and discover that he already has a guest. The two are engaged in discussion. You listen in and learn that they are troubled by monsters that have appeared near the village and have been devouring precious stores of food. The villager sighs deeply. I suppose it's about the end for the village, they say flatly before departing the mayor's home. The man left standing in the room has a certain sagacity about him. He notices you waiting and inclines his head in greeting.
Hello!
His name is Grief. As the village's mayor, he spends his days dealing with all manner of happenings around town.
I like his coat. I wonder what it looks like without the, fanciness.
He looks to be at a loss over the damage being caused by the monsters. It would likely be a simple matter for you to deal with the beasts.
Oh, get rid of the monsters? Always! I can use the money! Accept the job. Do it in exchange for food. I think just accept the job so I can get money. Like, I don't care about food. I care about money. here for food. I should do it in exchange for food.
You offer to deal with the monsters in exchange for some food. And Greeth replies with his thanks. You're always a big help.
I mean, it's what I came here for. I can do it in exchange. Hey, Osaf! Welcome!
This is part of your daily routine. You work to sort out the village's troubles in order to procure food to eat.
Raid Omega Village and the surrounding environs of monsters. I need money, but I'm doing. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Maybe the guy is the Forsaken Maiden. Maybe.
A monster has appeared before you. It holds what's left of a piece of fruit in its teeth, and its mouth moves restlessly. With a sigh, you mutter, "Let's get this over with then," and ready your weapon.
Has some variety on this guy's weaponry. Referring to Slav. Yeah, no, I doubt
Show
it.
'em what you got.
I know how to fight. Yeah, I know how to fight. I do know how this works. Can I take one out in one hit if I do this? Oh, I got a 1. Probably not. Oh, I still, you know, that's actually pretty good. Let's have battle basics, play your hand wisely. Obviously. Weak. I honestly don't like how easy the beginning of this game is. Kind of worries me. Sake of maidens, it seems likely to me. That's you lost. That makes sense. Baron leveled up.
With practiced skill, you swing your weapon. The blade flashes through the monster's throat. Merciless. Perfect aim. It would appear that you are quite accustomed to killing.
Wow!
You wipe the blood off your weapon. As you do, you notice a shadow in the distance. Another monster, perhaps?
How do you get rid of the monster? Throw a weapon at it, going close for the kill. Oh, we've got good options here, guys. Now, we already know I'm really bad at checking beforehand. So, what do you guys think? Going close to the kill or throw a weapon at it? I like both. Throwing a weapon is kind of stupid, but I still kind of like it, you know? I'd rather, if it was throw a rock, I probably would have picked that, but you know, we're throwing our sword, guys. So, what do you guys think? Throw our sword or going close to attack? Well, after a while of doing something, you should be accustomed to it. Thinking. Fair. Going close, okay. Amply creep up on the shadow. I think this is probably a friend.
Silently, you creep up on the shadow and bring your blade down on it with practiced speed. But the shadow nimbly evades your strike and runs off. Whatever the shadow was, it was taken aback by your unexpected assault. It looks like it ran off in the direction of the spire near the village.
Friends are always enemies, so this is the right thing. Investigate the spire northwest of Omega Village. When your HP is low, either use a healing item from your owned cards in the menu or rest at your home in the village. View your cards? Nah. An enemy a pass. I can finally start getting, you know, enemy monies. Killing enemies gets you monies, right?
Fight him off.
Okay, it's telling me literally I've already been doing everything for the... the fighting, and it's now telling me how to do stuff. Kind of ridiculous. Oh, this is your first time? That's I made it to level 3. This guy's way more powerful than my other group of people. Like, as far as, like, fighting goes, like, Ash and his friends were all super weak compared to this guy. And he's only level 3! Wow, you're so good at this game. No! Yeah, enter the spire. What could go wrong? Entering a mysterious abandoned building that who knows why it's been abandoned. That's never gone wrong.
You stand before the Spirit Spire, said to have been erected to protect the island. Yet with the villagers having accepted ruination, it now stands forlorn, an edifice without a purpose.
Okay, he's supposed to be experienced, so it makes sense for him to be stronger. Yeah, but the other guys were bounty hunters. They were supposed to be experienced too.
This place, so named for the spirits themselves, is one that the villagers do not enter. Despite this, you say to yourself, I have to get rid of the monster, and decide to profane the place with your presence.
Okay. They were incompetent at Bounty Hunter's Edge. Well, that's good to know. I need to flip over all the cards. You who enters spirit...
There are some words etched into the door, but they are weathered and difficult to read. Worried though you are about whatever the words might say, you nonetheless try pushing the handle. With some protest, the door groans open. You spy the shadow of the monster you had countered earlier. Your insight that it had taken refuge in the spire has proven a good one. The shadow notices your presence and flies off at blinding speed. You can't help but admire the rapid escape, though it looks like you're back to chasing after a shadow.
Okay, there's the monster up the spire. Yeah, I could do that. Or I could flip over all these cards and see if there's any treasure in here. Gotta check for that treasure, you know? No treasure? Maybe the area I'm in is just weaker, though. That's also a possibility given the game. I haven't seen anything that much... Enter Spirit Spire's second floor, yeah. What a crappy navigator going everywhere but the target.
You survey your surroundings, relying on the shafts of sunlight filtering in through the windows. However, you're unable to see the monster from where you are.
Search for signs of the monster. I mean, they should have known when they picked me as the navigator. Well, that's not where I want to be. That looks like moving forward stuff. We're not doing that. Gotta make sure all of these cards are right side up. All that's left is this.
In the back of the large hall, there is an altar, which evinces a sense of deep mystery.
Hello, I'm here to say your avatar looks absolutely adorable now. I must return to the land of dreams. Good night, sweet dreams. Have a good day night, dragons. Sleep well. Thank you. Finally, the real Forsaken Maiden appeared. Dragon. Oh, so good night.
The altar is wrought of a strange kind of stone, its surface polished smooth. It looks as though it's meant for use in some important ritual. You approach the altar to check that there are no places for monsters to hide themselves away inside it.
Maiden here. Who's there?
In reply to the mysterious and unidentifiable voice that suddenly rent the silence, you ask in a sharp tone, "Who's there?"
Spirit.
You strain your ears, trying to make out the broken snippets of words echoing off the chamber walls.
Lati. Uh-oh! Our friend! No! Oh my, it's a woman.
After speaking a word that rings familiar to your ears, Laddie, the voice becomes impossible to hear.
They're dangerous. Oh, come on!
It cannot be. Could you truly have heard the voice of the spirit from the Maiden's myth passed down on the island? All signs of the monster you were in pursuit of seem to have vanished. For the time being, you decide to return to the village and report your success.
Go home. Yeah. I'm disappointed. I was hoping there'd be more friends inside the tower. Found a friend.
Don't hold back.
Oh, I recognize these friends. Yeah, this guy's weak to fire, so that wasn't really a good move, but you know. All I need to do is stab him. You know, they're all wolves. Pretty sure that's the other way around, woof woof. But, sure. Treasure discovered. Yes. Okay. Gold nugget. Sells for 100 gold. How nice. I picked the money option! Truly, I have a nose for gold, I guess. Then why did you woof woof? Because I'm a wolf. I actually want to check collection. Do I really already have flip side stories for these guys? Decades ago, I lost my wife in the war. All I could do was watch as the life drained out of her. And I know how hard that was for you, Grandpa, but that happened yesterday. Please try to focus. I forsook the isle of my youth to live here. I don't know a soul But that's fine by me. I'm used to being alone. He left his home island yearning to see the outside world, but so traumatic was his seasickness he swore never to board another boat. He'd really like to go home if he could. You know, wolf, you're a cat girl. Remember, I'm a wolf. I'm tired of your bribes. The woman laments her misfortune. She buys water that brings happiness to the drinker and stones that bring luck to the wearer. No happiness nor luck does she feel. The waters and stones all came at steep prices, which her loving husband paid without complaint. If this is what makes her happy. Oh, that's sad. She grew her hair out through. Oh, her mother said it looked best short. She wore platform shoes, though her father said they were dangerous. She longed to be all grown up. Why, you ask? Because her parents are no longer in this world to tell her otherwise. She detests her own weakness and wants to be an adult already. That's nice. The blacksmith with a tender smile, his gentle demeanor and honest strength forged in his daily work has won the hearts of all around him. Long ago he was an adventurer. No fiend was too fierce to challenge. He opened the shop he runs today with the gear he collected back then. Jewels have at best valued solely for their beauty, with no regard for their shape before they were cut. Don't you agree? We've got some interesting characters. Do we have anything on the mayor yet? No, we don't have a card for the mayor yet. You're nothing here. Interim Mega Village, yeah.
When you arrive at the mayor's house, there is a young visitor already there. She looks to be making an impassioned request of Grieth. In a wearied voice, Grieth replies, "There is no longer any maiden in our village." Admonished, the girl leaves the house with disappointment written across her expression. You inform the mayor that you've taken care of the monsters around town. As thanks for completing the job, the mayor hands you a basket of fruit. Oh, good, you think to yourself. Another day, another basket of fruit.
Hooray! I'm not a bat. Not a fruit bat. I'm a wolf. Give me meat. Carnivore. As you encounter various cards during your adventure, they are added to your collection in the menu. You can read special stories of the characters and enemies among your collected cards. Progress through the adventure and defeat the Maurid enemies in your path to collect every special story. View your collection? Yes! I was already doing that, actually. Do I now have Grieth unlocked? I want to read his story. Wait, I couldn't even read my own story. This wise man is the mayor of Mega Village. He always has an open ear for the concerns of his people, but he never lets his guard down around anyone. Yeah. Negative from Mega Village, unlike everyone else in the village, he cannot accept the island's impending end. Perhaps because of that, he is not given to smiling or laughter. A young woman from the shores of Mega Island, protected by a young navigator, she has lost her voice for reasons unknown. I think there might be more cards here. I think there's more cards. I have, looks like one piece of equipment. No, I have 2 pieces of equipment, guys. There's a lot more cards here. I'm looking forward to that. That's nice. How are we doing on monsters? Sea hare! Adorable and carefree though they appear, these beloved creatures have a staggering number of natural predators that keep them locked in a fierce fight for survival. Need to kill enough of you to things. There exists a village where these creatures are kept as pets. Their excess fur is sheared off and used to make excessively soft and luxurious clothing that is highly sought after. These seemingly innocuous creatures are known to be skilled hunters who use the law of large numbers to overwhelm their larger prey. I mean, they honestly, for some of them, could have used the same dialogue and stuff, but they didn't. That's nice, actually. Oh, we got Sab, I'm guessing. Oh, and a revive, and the little gold nugget. Oh, sounds 400 G, how nice. I'm gonna save that. That's my savings right there. That's how you know your character's special.
Voices inside. Grief appears to be holding a meeting with the other villagers to ease their troubled minds. You'd better not interrupt.
Okay, I already read that. Like, there's nothing new. Yeah. How you know your character's special. Very special. You can jump. The upward facing card. Yeah, I know. Or I could not. Wait, do I get to, like, explore the oceans this time? Like, for realsies this time? That would be awesome! I wanted to do that last time and it wouldn't let me.
Fight him off.
Never talk to that random villager again. She will never be a maiden. Wow! Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get ready to set off on our grand adventure. Fruit doesn't stay good that long. The fact that they're only giving me fruit is kind of mean.
You re-enter the grotto and announce your return. On a normal day, Laddie would already have zipped over to greet you. But today, nothing.
Speak with the girl who's mute. Speak with the mute. Got it.
You walk over to Laddie and discover that she is sound asleep. Life in the grotto is not one of creature comforts. Rather, a fair few inconveniences.
Well, she was wishing to be a maid in her dialogue, so obviously she's a red herring. Wow.
You've tried several times to bring Laddie to the village, but she was adamantly opposed on every occasion. You sometimes catch glimpses of her face while she sleeps. Always it is contorted in anguish, as though she is in the throes of a terrible nightmare. You notice a bulky book lying open next to Laddie, filled with carefully drawn words and images. It seems to be some kind of picture book that Laddie made herself. You know, I confess, I am a bit curious.
Ooh, take a peek, refrain. Guys, are we sneaky? Guys, are we nosy or are we, not nosy? If this was real life, I'd say no, but I realize your name is Baron. I don't know why that's making you laugh. I just went with the default name again because it worked last time and I don't feel like, referring to a character as me again. Be nosy. Okay, if it was real life, I'd refrain, but I was told by chat to be nosy, so, I gotta be nosy.
Unable to overcome your curiosity, you decide to take a look at the picture book. Beside evocative images of deep forests and towering mountain ranges, Laddie has written a story patterned after the Maiden's myth. The picture book story is set in a small village replete with nature. The village enjoys the promise of peace and tranquility, thanks to the young woman born to be the Maiden. The Maiden goes before the altar to perform a ritual, which invokes the power of a great spirit to protect the village. You look over the artwork, a spitting recreation of the altar you saw in the spire, and think back on the mysterious voice.
Your navigator. Yeah, navigators are always nosy. No.
The voice claimed it was a spirit, and you're certain it spoke Laddie's name. You were so caught up in the thoughts racing through your head that you failed to notice Laddie had awakened.
Because you're a navigator? Referring to your name? Baron Navigator. I don't get it. Explain the joke to me, please. I like puns. I just am not getting this one. Please explain.
Laddie seems embarrassed that you've seen her book. Tears prick the corners of her eyes. If Laddie were indeed the Maiden, it would be no exaggeration to call her the very light of hope. A protective force that could save the island from its encroaching ruin. With faint expectation tightening your chest, you consider taking her to the altar in the spire.
Speak of Laddie again. I want to go look at my boat first.
The ship you've constructed gently bobs in the waves. You run your hand along its hull in admiration, and then return to the litany of tasks still to be done.
I feel like my boat's gonna sink.
You've given Laddie some of the fruit you brought back. She dreamily stuffs some of it into her mouth. Maybe she likes it. You hope so. Your stomach rumbles as you watch her, and together, the two of you enjoy a light meal.
Laddie has joined your party. Lead Laddie to the spirit spire. Why are we doing this? There's clearly something, clearly if she doesn't want to do it, there's gotta be a reason, right? Well, you've seen barren landscapes are not places that you are interested in navigating through. Oh! Yeah, good point, good point. Yeah, I could save. I never got a game over before. Well, no, I did. But only in one place. To one person. And I guess being named after a landscape as a navigator is fitting. Yeah, fair. So she's our magic user. And our healer. Okay. So her stuff's probably going to be mainly light-based attacks, probably. Ooh. And she's not great on the health. Please don't attack her. Need to take one of them out for surezies. It's not great. This is why you don't gamble, people. That's not great. Laddie leveled up! Now I don't need to worry about her health because it refills on level up. Now she's level 2. Also, I guess being a navigating adapter. Thunderbolt. Oh, she's gonna be an all elements mage. Okay, I like that. That's different. Or maybe she'll just use lightning and, an event.
You come across an open-air stall. A sign reads, "Huge sale."
Give the stall a closer look. Take a look. Always take a
As you
look.
peer into the stall, a merchant whirls around to greet you.
Thank you for the hydrate.
He explains that everything is on sale, and he hopes you'll buy something. It seems he'll get in trouble with his boss if he brings back any goods unsold.
Thing is, I don't use any of this. I'm sorry, but this is useless to me. I feel bad.
The peddler is closing up the stall to head back to his boss. "See you another time," he says. "You cannot shop here anymore."
Sure, let's enter the spire. This can't go wrong.
You take Laddie with you and return to the spire. As you approach the entrance of the spire, the staff that Laddie clutches close begins to emit a faint light. Seeing the mysterious light, you are convinced Laddie has a deep connection to the spire. Her expression uneasy. Laddie takes hold of your sleeve with a tentative touch.
I feel like I'm the bad guy. I feel like I'm being mean. Yeah, it's not like there's any monsters here.
You stand before the altar once more, bathed in an air of mysticism. The light emitting from Laddie's staff intensifies, as if indicating its destination.
Excellent, the maiden. I don't like the voice.
In response to the enigmatic voice, Laddie's staff exudes a dazzling light. A spirit appears right before your eyes. Well, maybe it's a spirit? It's some kind of strange stuffed animal.
I like him. I am the spirit calf. Calf.
The stuffed toy seems to be affecting a voice of considerable gravitas and choking itself in the process. This creature is called Lack. Though you cannot be certain it speaks the truth, it claims to be a spirit.
I like this guy.
You approach, hoping to ask about the maiden. But with blinding speed, Lack zooms behind Laddie, putting her between you as a shield.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I attacked it multiple times. Fair enough.
"You're the one from before," Lack says, quaking.
I mean, you mysteriously show up at the village unannounced, and I couldn't see you very well. Trying to stab you was, least of my concerns.
It would appear that you're mistaking the creature for a monster, and doggedly chasing after it has made it rather afraid of you.
Fair enough. Do you have anything you could use to make amends? Fruit!
You hold out an offer of reconciliation, and Lack takes it and immediately starts munching away. Between bites, it says, "You've got some good taste there."
I could have offered it a sword. I feel like that would have been the wrong answer, but it would have been funny.
You're not really sure if the make good worked out, but in any event, Lack looks willing to listen to you now. You ask about the maiden once more, and Lack begins to talk a lot. It seems to enjoy doing so. Just as the Maiden's myth handed down amongst the denizens of the island suggests, it explains, Laddie was indeed born to be the Maiden here. However, she was unable to take up her role. This has caused no small amount of distress over the island's inevitable destiny to sink beneath the raging waves.
Well, that's positive.
Lack concludes with a proposal. How's about you go and meet with the other maidens and fetch the Maiden's relics? As you had hoped, Laddie appears to be the key to the island's salvation.
Ask Lack what it means in greater detail. Get the Maiden's relics. If Laddie becomes a maiden, meet the other maidens.
If Laddie becomes a maiden and performs the Maiden's ritual at the altar, the island can be saved. This island is not the only one home to a spirit. There are islands throughout this archipelago, and upon each dwells one of the 4 maidens who govern their own spirit.
Well, one of them's probably going to be Alpha. Alpha, Omega. My brother should play this game.
The self-proclaimed spirit explains that if you bring the Maiden's relics that each of these maidens possess back to this spire, Laddie will be able to become a maiden herself.
I wonder if her losing her voice has something to do with her being unable to fulfill her duty.
Laddie shows the staff in her hand, wearing an expression that seems to say, "This is a maiden's relic." You ask, should we kill the maidens and steal the relics? Laddie shakes her head rapidly, as if to insist that you definitely should not do that.
Wow! You know which one's the best one out of the alphabet? Delta? Fair, fair. Elevates.
As Lack explains, each maiden has an attendant, an escort, and protector. This would make it difficult to take the relics by brute force.
The fact that his first thought is brute force is kind of concerning.
The world-changing immensity of what you have just learned echoes in your mind. It takes you a little while to fully digest it.
Wait, then where's her guardian? Seriously.
But it does just so happen you've been readying a seaworthy vessel for your own purposes. You accept Lack's proposal to help Laddie become a maiden.
Lack has joined your party. That's great. Also, his name is quite fitting for his personality. Considering how many morals he has, yeah! Leave the tower.
So, you want me to poof you back to the entrance?
Yep.
You decide to make for the spire's exit.
Return to Omega Village. They really thought of everything. Enemy appears. Okay. I don't think this seems super useful. Oh my goodness, is he strong though? Poke is effective. Level 3 is pretty good. Price inflicted. Attack down if roll is 4 or greater. Treasure discovered. I wanted the little gold nuggets. Let's be honest. We need the little gold nuggets. We need the money. With what we're about to do. Oh well.
Accompanied by your new allies, you make to enter the village. But Laddie seems to find something about this idea disagreeable and clings to a tree nearby, refusing to budge. "Oh, I got this one," says Lack, evidently with some kind of plan in mind. The fluffy creature begins to chant a sort of mysterious spell.
Una waka, una waka.
Suddenly, Laddie's face is transformed into that of an odd old man's. Laddie touches her transformed visage and then gives a thumbs up, perhaps as if to say, "Good job."
Why?
You are a god. But Laddie looks sideways at you as she walks into the village, her identity now safely hidden.
Of course! I'm gonna refill everybody's health real quick. And then talk to the mayor, I guess. Visit your Vod in Omega Village. Oh, so I'm just going home. I wasn't even supposed to talk to the mayor. I was supposed to just go home.
This is your home. A desk pushed up near the wall is adorned with an unfurled map and a scattering of books.
See, she wasn't the Forsaken Maiden, it was just an old man. Obviously, you know.
The navigation map is of your own design and depicts the various islands in this region of the sea. It contains information on the maidens of those nearby islands, culled meticulously from books and the tales of passing travelers. Before all of this, you had found yourself unable to merely sit and watch the village's decline, and so planned a voyage to seek aid from the maidens of the other islands. After popping into the back room, you emerge with a carefully polished ship's wheel and present it to your companions. It is the final piece of the ship you restored at the grotto. With it, you will finally be able to set sail on the voyage you have dreamed of for so long. You have made ready for the voyage, but before you set sail, you decide to stop in at the mayor's to say your farewells.
Honestly, I gotta say our character this time has a worse moral compass than before. At least Ash's moral compass is like, what benefits me, what doesn't, you know? It's pretty fair, you know? He's not just gonna go randomly kill people. He feels guilty when someone dies for no good reason. This guy. So, should we kill him?
Greeth's eyes fall over the unfamiliar face behind you. And who do we have here?
A traveler. I don't know. My girlfriend. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I'll be right back. Put your votes in chat for what I should say. I'm thinking travelers, what I'm gonna say regardless of chat, but I want to know what chat wants. I'm back. I got my water. now she's dead. See, now you know the reason why he's stronger, because they threw all his other stats for pure strength and dexterity. Now she's dead. Anyway, I don't know. It's the better option, but also my girlfriend is also pretty funny. A traveler, I think, is the best. It's the answer I'm gonna go with.
You respond, a traveler, weary from a long journey. Grief looks upon her with sympathy.
Boring. Meh.
Changing the subject, you explain to the mayor that you'll be leaving the village for a little while on a voyage to save the island. You felt sure that the mayor, with his love of the village, would see you off with a smile. And yet the moment you explain that you found a maiden who can save the island, his attitude changes like the fickle sea winds, and he voices opposition to your journey. This island is destined to meet its end, he says. You can practically sense him digging his feet in. You cannot fathom why he, the mayor of the village, would believe something like that. Though each of you hold the island in your hearts, you cannot reconcile the difference of opinion.
What?
Like lovers going their separate ways after an acrimonious spat. It looks as though you will be setting out on bad terms.
I've gone for the middle. It fits his personality quite a bit. Yeah, this happened to me once. Interesting.
You believe that your desire to save the island will prove to be the right perspective.
I think you need to work on your morals first. I'm guessing our main character's a bit of a ends justify the means kind of guy. Doesn't love talking philosophy. Makes sense.
Good work.
So he's just murder hobo, pure apathy in the brain. Interesting. Good to know. I think our main character's the tank for this one. Interesting.
Your ship. Your trusted companion. Once a mere wrecked husk that you labored to bring back to life with months of sweat and toil. You climb up to the stern, and with every bit of care you can muster, you attach the wheel. The final stroke upon the canvas. At last, your ship is finished.
I would not trust that boat.
The vessel's design is patterned after a great whale. There are a number of mismatched parts, but that particular quirk only makes you love it all the more.
Is that safe?
As you look over your handiwork, you realize that your companion on this upcoming journey will need a name. What would a fitting name be, you ponder?
Or just absent-minded, could even say his mind is barren. Wow. Your companions appear to be looking at you expectantly. I want to know Laddie's opinion.
Laddie tears a page from her book and then scribbles a name down on it. In her small handwriting is written, the Bon-Vent. According to Lack, The words are a kind of prayer in the language of the spirits for safe passage when bidding one farewell on a long journey. A farewell said before long journeys. The words could make a fitting appellation for your ship. You're unsure of just how much you ought to trust Lack, or his skill with words. But nonetheless, decide to go with Laddie's suggestion.
Really want to know what the protagonist would have named the boat. I don't know.
Together, you load up the Vod.1 with the necessary provisions. Preparations for your departure are now finished.
Weigh the anchor. Yeah, let's go.
You throw your hands upon the ship's wheel and shout, "Weigh anchor!" with gusto. Your voyage has begun.
I'm never going to be able to read that name. You probably would have called the boat. Maybe. You could look it up. I'm sure you can find it. Spirits dwell upon the archipelago, surrounded by sparkling seas. It is on these islands that maidens guard by their attendants. The spirit has helped them keep the island safe since the immemorial. I couldn't read that one fast enough. Yet one of these isles lacks a maiden and can do nothing but await its ruination. A young seafarer searching for a way to save his home meets a mysterious maiden who has lost both her powers and her voice. A self-proclaimed spirit tasks them with gathering the maiden's relics. And so they set sail to see the isle and hear their tales. Tale of Departure. Finn. Okay, I need to go back and rewatch that one. Wait, this is just... Wait a sec, this is just The Little Mermaid? No, it's not!
Though your ship had long since forgotten the taste of seawater, it nonetheless cuts through the waves like a fillet knife through fresh fish.
When found herself on the beach, she lost her voice. Yeah, but she wasn't originally from the ocean.
It is your first sea voyage. Laddie's eyes glitter as she looks out at the horizon, stretching ever onward over the endless blue expanse.
Find a prince of a human being truly in terms of personality. You don't know that. Wow, no. Oof.
She opens up your homemade navigation map, checking the locations of the islands where the other maidens live. On the island to the south of here lives a beauteous maiden garbed in azure robes, as though the sky itself is wrapped around her. After closing up the map, you grasp the wheel like a familiar old friend and tell the ship where you'd like to go. You now have free rein to sail across the sea as you see fit. New tales await you when you put into port on an island where a maiden dwells.
Okay. I need to rewatch what it said. I couldn't read fast enough. He's Machiavellian prince, by the way. Wow! Spirits dwell upon an archipelago surrounded by sparkling seas. On these islands, the maidens guarded by their attendants perform a vital ritual. The spirits have helped them keep the island safe since the time immemorial. Yet one of these islands lacks a maiden can do nothing but await its ruination. A young seafarer searching for a way to save his home meets a mysterious maiden who has lost both her power and her voice. Okay. But you see, the clothes are a little more modern in this one. A self-proclaimed spirit tasks them with gathering the maiden's relics. And so they set sail to see the isles and hear their stories. Unless you're in the sea, come on, it's gonna be real later. Yeah, I doubt that. Well, first things first, let's take a lap around the island.
Whirlpools are a common occurrence in this area of the sea. It doesn't seem like your ship is capable of crossing them.
I wasn't going to. I'm just doing a lap around the island.
Laddie eagerly eyes the fishing rod on the boat. Up for some fishing, you ask? Laddie gives a hesitant nod. Except, it turns out she's never fished before.
Okay, maybe it's a retelling, close to the original, but different. No. You're like, well, you teach her to fish. Teacher!
You show her how to hold the rod, and she casts the line into the water. Almost instantly, the rod begins to bend. You'd better tell her when to pull up.
When do you say the rod bends and this starts? Not yet. The bend is likely.
The rod bends in fits and starts. You're sure she's got something on the line. Laddie rips the line out of the water at your insistence, exposing a bare hook. Damn.
Dang. Dang.
You pat her back reassuringly. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
I like that I'm going backwards to the water.
I don't know what it is, but there's just something so relaxing about the sound of waves, isn't there? I love it.
Looks like we're not going to be able to go that way for a little bit. That was the south?
You spot something blown into the sky from a whale's spout. It looks like it might fall this way, but it's hard to make out with the sun behind it.
Wait a second, I recognize this guy's voice. I don't know, it feels like my bones, I feel in my bones, you're wrong, Hedge. What do you do? Catch it in your arms.
You open your arms wide to catch some sort of item.
Salve. Pretty good.
You gladly accept it as a gift from heaven.
You obtained quality salve. An enemy, finally! What are we looking at?
And fight.
Thought so. Set down. Unshakable, gain immunity to attack and defense. Abilities. Oh, we got an ability finally. That's not a bad one. Mm-hmm. Nah, not right now.
Ah, the
Great Sea, huzzah.
Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
I just zap these guys and they die. It's really nice. Gosh, it was hidden boss in Mafia 3. I have not played the game. The fact that you haven't played the game and you still recognize the guy's voice is incredible. Room. Any target of element resist ailment restores 10 HP.
Ahoy, matey. It's like you can feel the sea breeze.
Why is this guy like this? I'm very confused. He just really sounds similar to some other guy's voice. Lightning is, you know, very effective against these guys. So I probably heard him in Dead Space 2 as multiplayer voices. Oh, I can't pass. Interesting. Wow, there's so many cards. I'm gonna get to overturn all of them. Though it does seem unlikely that we'll get more areas like before.
And fight.
There's always going to be a mascot for the third spot. I wonder who the third... I wonder what's going to be the next one. Probably the Beast. It's named the Beast of Burden, so... You can see it on the picture for the game. You can always see the main trio. Like having the Forsaken one eating it in your are pretty impossible. Hedge. I would have rather gotten the gold.
And fight.
Beast of Burden is probably the bad guy. I mean, the title hasn't been about the bad guy yet, has it? I mean, the dragon was a good guy. Kind of. The Forsaken Maiden seems to be in our party. Or metaphorical. Maybe. Main impurity. Gain immunity to curse. Interesting. It looks like the skills and stuff work differently this time. A little bit. Enemy pass. This is a whirlpool.
Hope you win.
So does I. So does I. Not weak. Okay, I was right in thinking he wasn't going to be weak to that. Interesting. I might honestly take Lark out of the party because he seems to be a bit of a support. And honestly, I don't like support. Like, he's strong, but he's also support, so it's like, I like to fight with Reckless. That's an old man in your party. Oh, goodness, lost.
A large chest floats in the water before you, no more than an arm's length away.
Grab it!
You take hold of the chest and pull it aboard. When you do, the lid springs open and a glimmer catches your eye. You take a closer look at the glinting objects. Though corroded by seawater, they're undoubtedly coins.
Woo, buddy! Well, they're tanking hits, so they're doing something. Hello, hey dude, it's me, Rio. Thank you for the hydrate. Did you drink something? Yes. This guy is not the Forsaken Maiden. It looks like to move forward in the story, I'm gonna have to get to the point where I can move past whirlpools. That's what we're gonna earn. That's good. Enough. Also, I feel like I should show you their alternative outfits other than the pixel art. I think it's gonna make you happy. Since you like Nier Automata, you have the option to make them dress up like, it said puppets. It called them puppet outfits. I don't know what that means, but I think you will. I think, from what I know, it's referring to stuff from Nier Automata.
Excellent.
Well, the first group reminds me quite a bit of the original Nier group in terms of personality. So you also had someone who's like, money, money, money. Ah, give me money. Give me all the money. You've gained the necessary cards to unlock Sea Slug's enemy story. Yes! And Water Ball's enemy story. This is awesome. We can learn all about our enemies. Well, these guys get to dress like them.
You catch Laddie stealing glances at the fishing rod on the boat. Perhaps she'd like another shot at glory.
Go for it.
With your guidance, she clumsily, haltingly readies the rod and casts the line into the water.
They even have outfits for them. And I always like the original group more. Well, I don't know anything about that one. I know about Voice of Cards group, but...
Suddenly, the rod jerks toward the water. Laddie, panic in her eyes, looks to you for help.
Okay, guys.
The end of the rod whips toward the water. This is it, the big one. You turn to assist Laddie just in time to watch the rod fly out of her startled hands. Alas. She looks up at you, her eyes welling up with tears. We can always buy another rod, you reassure her, placing a hand on her shoulder.
Oof. I'm not good at fishing in this game. So to make it with something beneath it, what did you do? I don't think it's a monster. Catch it in your arms. It could be fine.
You open your arms wide, and into them falls a fish.
Also, I'm kind of curious what outfits they're gonna pick out.
It's a fat, tasty-looking fish. Your companion's stomachs growl at the sight of it.
Common fish enjoyed all over the ocean, can be prepared and enjoyed in many ways.
Recalling it's about time to eat, you deftly prepare it and share a friendly meal.
You cover 5 HP. Well, I'll show you the customizable options. I probably won't use any of them since I'm not familiar with the other game. It feels a little odd to do the fangirly thing and use their,
Fortune favors the bold.
outfits and stuff, but I can show you. I might still use the table since it looks cool. Self-heal. Cure all stat ailments except KO. Restores 8 HP. Fill the necessary points to unlock Killer Frog's enemy story. Nice. We're just gonna open up as much of the ocean as we can for now. And then we can work on the rest tomorrow.
Don't hold back.
Not tomorrow, next week.
Oh, yeah, you can't cross whirlpool cards.
I can try. Try to go this way. Always grab the treasure. Of course. Monies. I'm getting money a lot slower this time. Honestly, it's a real concern. Okay. Let's go.
The rod bends and fits and starts. You're sure she's got something. She gathers herself for a moment and pulls with all her might, A small fish dangles on the line. Laddie, overcome with joy at her first catch, throws her arms around Lack and squeals with glee. You look at the fish, beaming with pride. You know what Laddie will be having for supper this evening.
Aww.
Nope. Stop right there. You can't cry.
3 cards. Are you sure about that? I'd like to try. This chip's enough of a wreck. I'm sure I can make it worse.
Laddie greedily eyes the fishing rod on the boat. You can't help but feel she is eager to have another go.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you want to? Laddie's eyes light up. The rod is in her hands, and the line in the water, before you can finish your question.
Cheap viewers, blah blah blah. Thank you, Lost.
Minutes pass. Suddenly, the rod jerks toward the water. Laddie's eyes dart toward you, pleading for guidance.
Not yet.
The water before you roils and bubbles. There's definitely something alive on the end of the line. Laddie waits patiently for her prey to tire before pulling back on the rod. What should erupt from the water but a monster? And one none too pleased to have a hook embedded in its flesh.
Don't worry, I got the link for myself. Good for you, Lost.
Don't hold back.
You first. Then you can do this. That should be enough. Okay. I don't have a lot of great equipment. I might go back to the first island and get some better equipment before we continue. Because I can, since I have a bit of money, get some slightly improved equipment.
Sometimes you hook a monster. It's an occupational hazard, you say, taking note of Laddie's thoroughly vexed expression. It will be a good long while before she even so much as looks at another fishing rod.
Aww. But it's cute.
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful.
Nice.
When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea.
Well, I got money out of it. That's what matters. want to test something. That's why I'm doing this, but... Yeah, okay, so he's weak to that. Got it.
You did great.
Since I can't just pass the turns, I did that, so... I'm having a bit of trouble getting the gold. Yes! Okay, I won!
Fight him off.
That's fine. And that's fine. Not doing too shabby. You gotta know the whole map before you continue. That's my strategy. Perfect. And done. I want the gold. I don't even use salve. I should, but I don't. I don't even use items. Fill the necessary requirements to unlock Wasp's enemy story. Nice. Poison. Yeah. Let's do this and take him out. Okay, all done. It's a little annoying to have to deal with all these enemies, but it'll be good.
Back.
It'll be good to be stronger after this. Oh, poisoning lack. Does poison work on spirits? I guess so. I'm inclined to believe he actually is a spirit. Just because otherwise I don't see the point of him in the game. Maybe he's an evil spirit. That could be an interesting twist. Then always catch the creature. Okay.
You approach the remains of a ship floating in the waves and carefully steer your own vessel so as not to collide with the wreckage. As you do, Laddie pulls something up out of the water. It's completely soaked, but appears to be some kind of voyage log. Most of the ink is smeared by seawater, but one page is still legible.
Month X, Day Y. We came across a shipwreck. There were no survivors. What should have been at the treasure hold was no more than a den of monsters. Due to the number of injured.
On that same page, you see a map detailing where the shipwreck can be found.
The ship treasure and monsters is run in a location surrounded by cliffs in the Western Sea.
Deciding that shipwreck treasure may be worth finding, you slip the voyage log into your bag.
You can check the voyage log anytime, but yeah, okay. The items. Ah.
Fight them off.
New enemies. I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. Okay. Crap, one of them ran. I really hope this does more damage than it did last time. Might just... Okay, it didn't run. There. Blizzard. Blizzard's a pretty good attack. Probably. Well, I found the edge of the map.
Don't hold back.
Judging by the way this is going, it looks like actually this is just the first area. The rest of the map is gonna continue past this and be separate. Which is kind of fun. Okay, catch the salve. Or actually, let's hit it with our sword. I want to know what the dialogue is.
You hurriedly draw your sword and strike the falling object. Alas, it appears what you struck may have been some item or gear that could have helped you on your journey. It hits the sea with a plunk and sinks beneath the waves.
You obtained nothing. I didn't want it anyway. So, let me see. Okay. Sure, go fishing.
The rod whips about wildly. If there's anything on the hook, it moves like no fish you've ever seen. Then something shiny bobs up to the surface. A medicine bottle.
Tired
Laddie
of
scrunches up her face in confusion and hands it to you.
I'm tired of all this fishing. You know, you're the one who picked this game. I'm about to head for a shipwreck, though. Oh! Well, that's a good sign, always. Let's do this. That's not great. Paralysis. No! She said shanty attack goes up. Oh, man. This, because he's weaker. I really need to take out that stupid snake. Perfect. And should be able to take him out with a stab.
Good work.
Feel like I did pretty good there. Kind of wish I'd gotten some level ups, but you know. That's just not how it worked out. These guys are so cute. Okay, it looks like it's not weak to thunder.
Excellent.
Lightning. So it's not weak to that element. I hope it's weak to wind. Or maybe blizzard would work. Nope. No, we did get some crits. Not looking great there on the health.
don't worry. Their coffin card being down doesn't mean that character is actually dead.
Might be a very good time to use this. Now, I'm thinking this is a good idea. Except it wasn't. Ooh. Well, this looks just great.
Magnificent.
A critical heal, you know. Probably should have used self heal on him, but you know, he kind of needed that. I mean, honestly, other than the high...
Excellent.
defense stat of the crab, he's not actually that bad. I could have taken out the other one. Oh well. Fishing Simulator 2022. You know, there actually is something like that. I don't have a revive for her. Managed to brute force my way through in the end. You've unlocked the necessary cards and unlocked Sea Angel's enemy story. Well, that, let's just use some... Let's just use this. Just seems like a good idea. I'd agree to eyes the fishing rod. Yeah, you know what? You should go fishing. We need those extra 5.
Laddie, in a fit of joy, thrusts her catch into your hands. You'll have to incorporate it into tonight's meal.
5 HP. We kind of needed that. Then
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard, and begin searching for anything useful.
1000 G. Nice.
Now that I think about it, you say, pulling the voyage log out of your bag and looking at the map. It's just as you expected. This is the shipwreck you read about in the voyage log. As you peer further, you recall the log mentioning the treasure hold becoming a den of monsters, and turn to your comrades, urging them to be prepared for what may lie ahead.
You read about in the voyage log as you peer further in, you see a door that likely leads to the treasure hold. Yeah, okay. Open the treasure hold door. Open it!
Receiving a steady nod from your allies, you quietly unsheath your sword and open the door.
What could go wrong, right, guys? I'm just on low health. Water harpy people. These guys were weak to wind before. Let's try lightning. Resistant to lightning like before. Okay. Let's do this, because I have a feeling we're actually going to need this right now. This is how the stream ends. Ouch. Really don't like her. Well, this should be strong against you. One's really bad, though. Good. Okay, we took out one. Do this. And he's dead. Always good to keep in mind elemental advantages, apparently. I'm learning, Lost. I'm learning. Black leveled up. Okay. Fluffiness. Make enemy attacks less likely to hit. You know what? I like that ability.
The treasure hold is a mess, but you spot a single unscathed chest among the wreckage. You decide to take its contents as a reward for your collective bravery.
Wow, thanks. I always think you had I always thought you had the capacity to learn. Oh! You obtain knight's armor. Ooh, get a run.
When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea.
Need to flip that card over. Now I want to check and make sure. Perfect. Okay, this side's all cleaned out except down here. And then I just have to open up this side. As you can see, I have a goal very clearly. I always knew. Honestly, that was autocorrect for the replacing thing. I don't know anymore. Hello. Hi, Happy-san. Killing me, san. I'm not killing you. If that was the case, you'd already be dead. No, no, no. We all good here. How are you today? There's a lot of whirlpools in this area. I'm starting to see why there's not a... Why the one guy decided, you know what, I'm just not gonna go home because of my seasickness. When you see how many whirlpools are about, you know, fair on him. I get it now. Poor guy. Through entropy. Oh no, I think I found an island or something. How upsetting. Extra defense? Oh no. I found land, guys. This is horrible. Who wants to find land? I was out looking for treasure.
Fight him off.
Oh, nice. Yes. Perfect. Money. Nope, I didn't. Your party makes land. Dock at the southern island? No. To see it last. Enemy fears. Didn't want to dock. I'm trying to explore the ocean. Need to cook but don't want to move, but I want food more. I hope you make something yummy and fast. Seems like the only solution.
From the south, a small vessel pulls up beside yours. The fisherman aboard is trembling and pale. You ask the fisherman if he's all right, and he stammers out 2 words. Ghost ship.
Ooh!
He claims he was fishing west of the South Isle when an eerie vessel suddenly emerged from the fog. He then hightailed it out of there without looking back. Though you're skeptical, Laddie quietly writes down details of the man's story.
I got Laddie's notes anytime, Vix. Yeah, oh. I'll have to get this uncovered soonish. That should be most everything. An enemy appears. Almost done, and then I'll leave it for today. all skills at all times, which is different than the other one. Interesting. Don't leave me, I will watch more fishing. Well, I mean, I couldn't force you to go through with something you hate. Nice. But I need you.
And fight.
Okay, we all good there. Okay, that looks like story forward, maybe.
Show 'em what you got.
And there. Deal damage with your pokes. Frog song. Seal's not great. Oh well. I can still use normal attacks, right? Yeah. Only planning on doing this anyway. Frog sound seems pretty powerful, honestly, as a move. Interesting.
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful.
Ooh, water steering's pretty good. Gonna take back the
When
ship.
you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea.
Almost done. And then we get to go check out the islands. And I might sell some of our medicine as well because we have so much medicine. You see, gave me dependency issues. You just must take responsibility. What? Why? Why is that my fault? You're just like my cat.
Excellent.
Excellent? Really? You're not Eggman.
You did great.
A good warrior wastes no time. Thanks. Obviously, it's your fault. I bear no responsibility for your inability,
And fight.
for your inexplicable need for help. Or whatever. Attention. Your inexplicable need for attention. That is not my responsibility or care. Okay. I have two options as to how to move forward. I'm gonna do this one first. Yeah, Doc. What? You cannot move across the open air stall. You sign a sign reads. Give a closer look. Yeah, take a look. You appear into the stall. Merchant whirls around to greet you.
The merchant says they're having a fire sale. Everything must go.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, this is valuable. I do want some speed up. Ooh, Ring of Life. That looks really good, but it's too expensive. Ah, these are expensive. Oh wait, no, I can afford everything. Oh my goodness. Oh, go. I really want that. I really want that. Oh, but I also want some of these other ones. They look really good. Oh no. I don't have that much money. I really want the Ring of Life. Oh, but that's most of my money. I wanted to buy equipment. Oh no. But I really want that ring. I want the Ring of Life. Oh no! Hell, you'll get it lower than this. Yeah, unless I get it free. Oh, but I can't really afford it. I can't really afford any of these. I can get a Ring of Protection, but I'll get that for free probably. Oh, that would be good too. Mint never. Had I never. Mint never. Tell you will never get it lower than this. They're so expensive. I need to buy other equipment when I get to town. Or buy a bunch of cheaper rings. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I can't even afford this one now. I'm heartbroken.
The merchant says it's time to move on and begins closing up his stall. You cannot shop here anymore.
So it does make me very sad. Shipwreck.
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful.
Not bad.
As if remembering something, Laddie suddenly reaches a trembling hand into her pocket and pulls out one of her notes. Could this be the ghost ship the fisherman told you about?
Of course, keep exploring.
Laddie is terrified, but puts on a brave front.
You'll
You
never
worry about her, but decide to continue your search when...
You will never see him again? Probably.
An apparition appears, perhaps bearing a grudge against the living. It rushes at you.
We get a fight! Yes! Oh, we have ghosts. I don't have any light-based attacks anymore, so this is gonna be a little bit on the... So just physical attacks aren't gonna do a lot, it looks like. Let me check one more time. Yeah, their defense is kind of high. I'm thinking light's gonna be our best bet against these guys. But we have no light skills, so... Oh my goodness! Oh, that's a hard one. Lucky it missed. I'm thinking this is a good idea. If tree would have made all the difference. It really does make a big difference if you've... I know from playing the other one, but
Magnificent.
Not really. Affects a random ailment on target if you rolled 4 or greater. Paralysis, my favorite. Magic Strike's not great. Oh, crap, he's dead.
That's not good.
I don't have any in... This is a really bad time to be alone. I'm dead. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like your adventure ends here.
Game over. That's, well deserved, honestly. I kept challenging things I knew I wasn't ready to fight. Yeah, let's go see where I was when it last auto-saved me. You know what? Let's go buy equipment. Wait, I saw a multiplayer parlor. How the heck does that work? Cards. I want this. And I know I'm gonna have to come back for more equipment at some point. I'm gonna have to come back and buy all of this if I want all of the stuff for the gear. Which I do, so don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm happy with my choice of sword. Though I will probably come back and buy most of this stuff. It's time to sell. There we go.
You lead the party back to your home.
Rest.
You beckon everyone inside, inviting them to rest their weary bones.
Get your money. Maybe this time you could buy the ring. I could have bought the ring before. I just was careful with my money. Let's see if this helps.
Excellent.
It's better for sure, Aziz. That helped. Let's just make sure we've got everything unlocked. Now the question is, do we move forward in the story before we do the ship or not? We don't see the old man again. I think maybe we move forward in the story first. Oh, it's this guy again. Look, who we get looking at? You know what? Maybe we should buy some, of these. Let's buy 3. How can I get a better price? Yeah, I'm gonna save it for next time. Cute little save screen. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you. And, see you next time. Bye! Take care. Be well. Be swell. Be healthy and all that. And wise. But wait a second. I forgot to see the outfits. Oh, you're right. I just saved, right? No, that was the wrong button. So I just saved. I'll show you the stuff real quick. That won't take a minute. That'll only take a minute. I just got food. Bye. Give me a minute. I'll I'll be here a little bit longer. I'll show you the stuff, the custom stuff. We can look at the customization stuff. So, as far as the avatar goes, you can have this. So, there. Hard faces. You have this as an option. I don't know, but you know, there you go. You, to be, I'd rather not be. To be. Wow. You have this for card backs. Ooh. I like that one. I might switch to that one, actually. But you have this. Yeah, I'm switching to that one temporarily. Really pretty. As far as the board goes, you can do this. You know what's funny? The guy to be personality more than 9S. What fits? What does that even mean? Are you saying this guy's personality fits to be a more than 9S? I don't know what any of that means. As far as the table goes, you can get a wreck. As far as dice go, again. I'm looking forward to some of this stuff. And then you get some special music. The guy fits 2V's personality more. Okay. I trust. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna end the stream. I hope you enjoyed and it had fun. I think the add-on stuff looks really cool, actually. After they did all that, wow. I'm not Chase apathetic so much as ends justifies the means, but okay. Bye too. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me and exploring the ocean with me. Thank you. Have a great day. Take care, everybody, and be well. Bye!